Class is now reopened. Okay, there's two ways to wire up an electrical outlet for a GFI. Let's say there's just a GFI in the wall, or let's say there's nothing in the wall here and you want to put a GFI right here for some unknown reason or whatever. Okay, you could hook up this electrical outlet location with the GFI, putting in a GFI, taking out an electrical outlet. Let's say it's just like this, and you want to put a GFI right there for some reason. Okay, you can take that out. You can put a GFI right there. Or let's say there's no GFI here. You could take this one out and put a new GFI in, brand new one, and you can hook that in. And even though this may not be on a separate circuit, let's say your electrical panel, your breaker comes in, and this is just for example. Let's say your power comes over to there, and then they come out of that plug with rough wire in the wall to over to here, and then they come from here up through the ceiling, down across, and come over to here, and then they go from this plug and go over to somewhere else, another plug. Let's say it's this plug up here for the ironing board. I keep forgetting that this is here. Okay, let's say something like that, and all of a sudden you decide, I want to put a GFI right here. Turn the breaker off, and then you can hook up a GFI just for this plug. Okay, and to do that, you look on a GFI and see there's a yellow. This is how they come out right out of the box. Attention, the load terminals under this label are for feeding additional receptacles. Miswiring can leave this outlet without ground fault protection. Read instructions prior to wiring. Okay, so if I was going to hook a plug up just right there and I didn't want it connected anywhere else, I mean, this box has directions and all that kind of stuff inside it. Okay, what you would do is you would just use these top screws. Silver would be for the white wire, and the gold on this side would be for the black wire. And when you look at an electrical outlet, you can also tell. See, this side, this slot here is shorter than this side. Did you ever know that? You got an electrical outlet upside down. The short side would always be the black side. Long side would always be the white side. And I always put them up like this. And sometimes I'll see electricians that have got them upside down. I'm like, what's up with that? But in any case, I would just hook up these two wires for this electrical outlet. Okay, and nothing else would be hot, depending how they wired this up in the wall and all that kind of stuff. I mean, there's a way to hook up just power to this plug if that's all you wanted. But let's say we've got power coming into this outlet, and then we've got other wires that go from here out over to this electrical outlet, and that's how we do it. That's how we have right now, right? And if you didn't know that, and if this was just an electrical outlet, you pull that out, and then you'd have the wire sticking out. You turn the breaker back on, and then you would isolate your wires in there, and you would check one black and one white wire is going to be hot. The other black and white wire is not going to be hot. Only the ones coming into here would be hot. The other one's going out. Once you have it disconnected, you know that those wires would go somewhere else. So let's say those other wires go over to there. Okay? That's when you would hook up these wires here. Right here. There's a gold screw there, and there's a silver screw on this side. Okay? The power coming into this electrical outlet, you would put on these two screws, the white and the black. The wires going out of this box, going to another electrical outlet, you would hook back over here. The white wire on this screw and the black wire on the gold screw over here. You wouldn't you wouldn't have all the wires coming out of here with just one stub and hook that in. You see what I'm saying? If you hook this up and those wires went from there over to there, and you hooked it up exactly like how I was saying, then this GFI would not only protect this outlet, it would also protect that outlet. Now, going a little bit further from that, let's say that is also connected to this. Let's say there's a set of wires that go from here on over to here. Well, once you hook up this over here, the way that I just explained to you, not only would your GFI connect and protect that plug, it would also protect this outlet, and if you had another set of wires inside the wall that went from there over to there, it would also protect that one. Did you know that? Let's see if that, let's just for kicks, let's see if that's happening. Okay? I don't know if it is, because first off, there's no little tab on there that says GFI protected. Let's see if they missed it or not. Okay? First I'm gonna press that in. I know there's power there. Now I'm gonna turn that off. Now there's no power there at all, remember? No power. No power now. And I know that one's connected to this outlet over here. This is kind of how you troubleshoot too, or figure things out if you don't have your plans, your existing floor plans for this house, and sometimes that won't even show you how all the circuits are connected from one outlet to the next, to the next, to the next. I mean, it could, but it doesn't mean that the electrical installer did it that way. You know, okay. Now let's just test this. If this power is off, that means it's connected to that circuit. And I don't know if it is or not. It's hard for me to get up there. Okay, let's see. Nope. See, the orange light's still on. So that tells me that electrical outlet is not GFI protected. It's on a different circuit. And that electrical circuit breaker downstairs, maybe it comes all the way down to here, like a home run, goes from this electrical outlet all the way back to the panel. I know it's not connected to that. At least I don't think it is. Let's check it real quick. It shouldn't. It shouldn't, because that's a 15 amp. That is a 15 amp GFI, and the reason why I know that is because a 20 amp would have a little line going off to the left right here. Have you ever seen some electrical outlets with that line going sideways? Well, that would mean that's a 20 amp. And I look on here on the box and see it says 15A. That's 15 amp 125 volt. That's what that says. Let's just see for kicks if this is connected to there, and it should not be. If I was wiring up this house, and I'm not an electrical contractor, but I would have this probably on a dedicated circuit, because it's for the washing machine. It's got a big motor in it, so this is probably a dedicated circuit. Now I'd be hard pressed to think that it runs this, and it runs the GFI. It runs the GFI, and it runs this plug over here, because that would mean you'd have the wire coming over to here, then over to the washing machine, then over to there. They would then probably just put the GFI on this outlet, and then nothing over here and nothing to the right. Does that make sense? We're gonna just test this out, just for kicks. See, the light is on. That means there's power. There's power to that still. That is not connected to the GFI circuit. Okay, this is probably a dedicated circuit that goes back to the electrical panel. When you look in the electrical panel, you probably see a circuit, and it would probably be under laundry room or washing machine or something like that. Okay, so that's on a separate deal. All right, so I think hopefully I've explained enough for you to see what's going on. Good Lord, I'm sure glad that's taken care of and I don't have to replace that electrical outlet and everything is fine. Well, that's all I got for this time, but I'll be back with more videos.